T-Way.
Yeah, them niggas don't know about T-Way, man. They know about him, but they don't. T-Way and that Shigo. Fuego.
Round two. No cap, bro. We did just do this whole video, bro. We did just do this whole shit, and the shit didn't even pick up no sound at all. But I feel like this is, I want to say, I don't know about that. I want to say everybody go through this at least once. Bro, I hope somebody, like, alright, bro, like, for real, if you do videos, right, and you ever record a video and no sound came out, bro, talk about that shit in the comments, bro, for real, because I don't want to be the only one. You play, man, I ain't playing. Alright, but anyway, so what we here today to talk about, AFL 2021 season predictions. 1 through 18, you know, we putting them where we feel like they gonna land.
Ladder standings.
On the ladders, right. Oh, I'm Juwan next to Don.
Except for my Steve.
And boom, getting into the list. My number 18 is Adelaide Crows.
Alright, 18 on the list. Ironic enough, I have the Adelaide Crows as well. They got smoked in preseason community series. It's the same position they were in last year. I don't really have much faith in them. From what I've been seeing on YouTube and the other content creators on the AFL, they have them pretty low, so I'm gonna go ahead and rock with them too.
Yeah, I haven't seen nothing from the Adelaide Crows from the preseason game that I did see. They were trash. From what I've seen in previous seasons, they've been trash. The only respect I even give the Crows anywhere is that they had that rivalry with Port Adelaide where they had kind of similar, you know, win-loss ratios, but from the preseason game where they just played Port Adelaide, they got whooped by like 70-something points.
71.
71, yeah. Definitely 18 on my list. No respect, really.
Yeah. 17, I go with North Melbourne Kangaroos. I put them slightly on the list above Adelaide because, just from what research I've been doing, I hear that they have more of a future. You know, they invested more in the youth, and they actually are going somewhere. It's the same spot that they are last year, 17, but the future might be, I wouldn't say bright, but it's maybe better than Adelaide's. Jaden Stevenson from Collingwood, he had ended up going over there, so from what I know, he's a pretty solid player, and that might just bump him up to 17.
All right, so for 17, I got the Kangaroos as well. I haven't seen too much from them boys either. Wasn't impressed from the preseason play I've seen. Don't really hear about them having any key players or anybody that's really dominant enough to take over a game. When I do see them play, they getting smacked. So their preseason game, they played the Hawks, got beat, and I don't even give the Hawks too much respect. So yeah, they're in that spot for me. I also want to add a disclaimer: we are American. If you can't tell by the accents or nothing like that, we're new fans, new to AFL. We just trying to bring attention to the States, you know.
Yeah, which still learning the rules and all that. Players, like, we know. I feel like we picked up on it pretty good. You know, we've been into it for about a week.
Yeah,
but I think we picked up on it pretty good. But you know, I don't think anybody can really pick up any sport in just a week. So just bear with us, and if we're doing a good job, let us know in the comments, man. If you feel like we did a decent enough research, I'm pretty confident in my list. I hope you're confident in your list.
For sure.
And we have been grinding on it, man. So
all right, so for 16, I got the Sydney Swans. So with the Sydney Swans, I give them a little slimmer of hope because they got Buddy Franklin. Without Buddy Franklin, which I don't think they have right now because of injuries or something of that sort, they're so low on my list at the 16th spot. Yeah, that's all I got to say about them boys.
On 16, I got Hawthorne Hawks. this is down one spot from the last year's position. I think they ended up in 15. The reason why I got them going down is because I've been hearing and the research that I've done, right? I feel like every time we talk about this, I say the research that I've done. But
we did do some research.
no cap, though, for real. So, Hawthorne, to my knowledge, I think that they've been trying to fight a rebuild and now they're forced to face it. They had I wouldn't even say a good win. They won, like you said, they smoked North Melbourne, but they might not be saying much. I think they're just going to be rebuilding. There's maybe some people that can hit some people, but that's about it, man. 15, I got the Sydney Swans. So I got Sydney up one spot. So they both, I guess, Hawthorne drops one, Sydney moves up a position in the 2021 ladder. Just off the strength that maybe Buddy Franklin might play this year. I'm not sure what injury he has or how long he's out, but I haven't heard of any Hawthorne player that is of the caliber that Buddy Franklin is. So I'm just going to go ahead and just have City Swans up there and maybe assume that he'll win a game or two and give that edge to them.
Yeah, and I got the Hawks at 15. And it's more so off the strength of they pass. They did 3-peat, 12, 13, 14, I believe. So, not too long ago, they do seem to be hitting a heavy rebuild, but I still feel like they got that experience, that knowledge of older players to get them to that next level faster than a new team, so to say. 14, I got the Melbourne Demons, or the D's. I think they main player is Max Gone.
I don't even know, bro. At this point.
But yeah, so with the Melbourne D's, bro, I just ain't seen too much from them. They just ain't it, bro. Like, I want to give them that respect. Like, I like the colors. I like the name. I like the D's, bro. I like the Demons, bro. I like the team, bro. But as far as y'all winning, I haven't seen that from y'all. Just like I said, just from preseason games, just from what I seen on YouTube, top 50 players, bro. Y'all just ain't in there like that.
Yeah. All right. My 14, I'm going with the Gold Coast Suns. This is a repeat position. So I want to also say, like, a lot of my stuff is, like, up one of repeat positions. I did, to some extent, like, look at what teams was. I didn't place them, because he was here last year, they're there. Nah. I kind of, based off what I seen and how play style and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with Gold Coast Suns, though, because they're a pretty new team. They're the newest team. You said 2011, right?
2011. Yeah.
They're a pretty new team. They have the young dude, Isaac. I think got the blonde hair or whatever. But he's a pretty cold player. But to my knowledge, they've been a laughing stock of the league since they've been here. They're in the same state as Brisbane. And, Brisbane. Love saying that. Brisbane. So they've been smacking. They've been on fire lately. The last couple of years, they've been turning up. And the Gold Coast really hasn't had the chance going up against them boys. So, yeah, I'm just rock with them boys at 14. They ain't really showed me enough yet to be there yet. I heard they're on the come out, though. 13, I'm going to go with the Essendon Bombers. I'm going to stick with them. Anthony McDonald, Tippin Woody, he's a player that stands out to me watching him. I respect, I'm drawn to the Victorian teams. I want to give them that respect for being there. Essendon has a storied history, and I feel like they're a respectable team. But right now, they're gonna stick at 13. That's where they were last year. They might not just be having I don't think they'll get it done, man. They had a good game against Geelong. They held their own, but I just don't see it.
All right, so for 13, I got the Gold Coast Suns. And their team they're like you said, they're one of the newest teams, 2011. They I haven't seen enough to not like them, but then I haven't seen enough for them to prove that they're a top team or anything like that yet.
They definitely ain't.
Right. I can't even name any key players off their squads, but they are holding it down to be a newer team. So
Just the Isaac boy that we were talking about.
right, young, 18,
Yeah. 18 exactly. So
Right, so just off that, I'm gonna have to put them at my 13. The number 12, and almost for similar reasons, I got the GWS Giants. They're another new team that's holding it down in the league. Haven't seen too much. Haven't seen enough to really judge them, and because of that, they at number 12.
I'm gonna go with the Giants because at 12 too. You said 12, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with 12, so we got the same thing there. I'm gonna just go with them because, like you said, I haven't really seen enough of them, but I've seen that they're enough to hold their own. They're not bottom team, but they're fighting their way to be respected as far as a finals team, but they're not quite there yet. I don't think I know any players yet, but yeah, I'm gonna go with them at 12. I've seen maybe some teams that I'm more educated of above them that I have on the list that I just can't quite put them above them yet. So, and I might be wrong, but going forward, we'll see. Prove me wrong, GWS. So 11, we're going with your boys, the Fremantle Dockers, man. We stick. Oh, Australian fans already know what's going on if we laughing like this, man. No, I'm just playing though. But I'm gonna go with the Fremantle Dockers, man. I'm gonna have to go with them because I know they're a team on the come up. Nat Fife, he's a great player. He's a pretty good player, man. I seen that boy take a hit and he just was standing over bro like, yo, you good? You gonna get up, man? And laid the bro out and bro didn't come back. So yeah, I wouldn't say they're a new team, but they're one of the newer teams. Yeah, they've been hit by, I think, a couple injuries the last preseason game, so I just assume that they're just going to take a couple hits. They won't quite make the finals, but they'll be decent enough to make the 11th spot.
All right, so for my number 11, I got the Essendon Bombers. And, bro, they're a real entertaining team for me, bro. I fuck with Anthony McDonald. I ain't even gonna try.
Say it, bro.
To Big Wee.
That boy said Tigway last time.
I was closing this out.
What you said, Tipwe?
To Big Wee.
Tipingwee. Tipingwoody.
Oh,
yeah, you was close, I guess.
Ooh, but yeah, they got, bruh. All right, so you see a little nigga with dreads running, or a little black nigga with dreads, bro, I'm gonna fuck with you. As an American, as a black American, bro, I'm gonna fuck with you, bro. Yeah, that nigga put in work. From what I seen, he the best player on that team. So, cause of that, I fuck with Essendon. Also, I put them so high on my list because they played Geelong in the preseason, and they held their honor. It was a 7-point game, and Geelong, I see Geelong as one of them top teams to beat. So, just off that, I put Essendon number 11.
Alright. My 11. Oh shit, we on 12. I'm on. Oh, hold on.
On 10.
I'm on 10.
Okay.
It's me or you?
I'll go 10. I'll go 10, bro. Fuck it. So for my
You said you going 10, boy.
Alright. So for my number 10, bro. This shit gonna be funny because I ain't edited out none of this shit, bro. It's gonna be straight like. Alright, but so for my number 10. I'm going with them bitch ass boys. Goddamn Fremantle, bro. Hey, bro, if you American, you don't want to fuck with Fremantle, dog. Just know that, bro. But anyways, but for real, Fremantle got a solid squad, bro. They got Nate Fife. I seen what he can do, bro. He looked real official, and I really don't want to praise the boys too much because they're the ops, bro. So, yeah, that's my number 10.
Alright. My number 10, bro, I'm going to go with them Collingwood boys. The Magpies, man. Look. You American. If you are a melanated brother or sister and you're black, you don't want to like the Collingwood Magpies. Them boys are racist, right? Couple stories, man. Do your research, man. Look, them boys. All right, I'm not even gonna get into the story. But look, they racist, right? So you don't want to fuck with them boys, man. They do got a white dude, American, Mason Cox. Excuse me, my bad, Mason, my bad. If you racist and you on the team and you condone it, I take the apology back. I rescind it.
Big Mice.
Big Mice. But nah, Big Mice, he's good, man. He's a good player, bro. To my knowledge, from what I've seen a minor stint, and he was turning up, bro. But it seems like the league don't really respect him like that. So if I seen him consistently up there, like the top 5, top 6 players all the time, they might be up there higher on the list. They lost Jaden Stevenson. He went to North Melbourne, so that's obviously going to be a hit. I don't know what acquisitions they may have gotten, but to my knowledge, y'all just going to be at 10 right now because Big Mace doesn't get the respect, I guess. Maybe this season it'll be his breakout season, but just see, man. You gotta see. I gotta show you. You gotta show me first, bro. Jesus Christ.
Shit is getting goofy, bro. I like this hard.
Oh, I'm on number 9?
Yeah, your number 9.
All right, bro. So, all right. I think this might be the biggest difference between mine and your list. I got number 9. I have the Melbourne Demons, bro. I have them at the 9.
Yeah, I had them boys down at 14.
Yeah, so that's five spot difference. That's pretty consistent. I don't know how many games that is in this sport, but I feel like it'll be a decent amount of games. But I have them at 9 because, okay, so you say you haven't really seen nothing from Melbourne. We watched the same game, and so from what I did see, they actually can kick the ball well, they can catch the ball, but it just kind of seems like a lot of their possessions don't end in much. So we actually had watched last year's game between Melbourne and Gold Coast. And Melbourne was moving the ball well, but it didn't seem like you were convincing enough because we knew, it's just understood that Gold Coast isn't all that, right? And you're moving the ball, but you're not doing it like that. So you're slightly gonna miss out. You're consistently, I feel like, somewhere like either in contention for the finals. Max Gone, excuse me. I'm gonna educate myself on the name. He's a consistent player. He's a great player. And I just have you slightly missing out.
My number 9, I got the boys in blue. I got the Carlton boys. And the Carlton boys, I feel like the boys in blue. The goddamn blue boys.
You make it feel like for 12, boy. Jesus.
Hey, but, bruh, I feel like they in a rebuild stage right now. I feel like they got a good person to build around in Patty Cripps, and I feel like that's what they're leaning towards. They're in that stage. They haven't won too much of anything in the past decade or two, bro. But I feel they making them steps in the right direction to be a true contender in the league going forward. So maybe if you are just getting into the sport, this is a good team to look out for because they are on the come up. But yeah, that's my number 9. Yeah, so getting into the finals now, I got the Collingwood Magpies.
Racist boy.
And honestly, bro, I give them boys a lot of respect. I seen their game with West Coast in 2018. I seen their game with West Coast in the finals last year. Yeah, and they a squad, bro. I seen Mason Cox. 6'11", big built American boy, make my little Australian niggas look like little babies out there. So I gotta respect their team, bro, because from what I seen, what they put my team through, I'm gonna have to put them at least in the finals. So that's my number 8.
All right, my number 8, I'm gonna go with the Carlton Blues. That's the team I support, man. New fan, I say. This is a team I've done extensive research on. More research on other teams than others. I put them at 8. So my boy Juwan says he feels like we're in a rebuild. To some extent, I agree. You know, he mentioned Petty Cripps, the best player on the team. Last year, it was a COVID-affected season. Played, 4 less games? from 23 to 17. So I kind of take that season with a grain of salt, kind of like the NBA bubble. Like I kind of didn't really respect that as much. But being a new fan, I don't really know what the rest period, you know what I'm saying? So there was really a lot of factors to take into it. But, you know, he was banged up last year. And actually, I've seen people say that he's actually in new form. So he's kind of might be showing out in a different way that we've actually haven't seen him play before. So that on top of injuries and St. Kilda beat us by like 20-something. And knowing we didn't have like Mitch McGovern and Harry Mackay and all that. So I just have faith that we will make the finals and be the 8th team in the playoff. In the finals. All right, for my 7th team, I'm gonna rock with the Western Bulldogs, man. I'm gonna rock with them because I don't really know too much about them. This is probably the biggest mystery team, in my opinion, that as far as I know. I think Western Bulldogs, I want to say they won the Community Series game pretty handily. I just don't know much about them. I don't know a household name player that they have. But I think from what I've seen that they do have a pretty good midfield. Or maybe I've just happened to catch a player who's just one good player in the midfield who is pretty fast and is hard to tackle and hard to get a hold of. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with them at 7 just due to the fact of me knowing more about the teams above them. And I'm pretty confident in them being better than the teams below.
All right, so for my number 7, I got St. Kilda. And but to me, St. Kilda is a Georgia team, and I live in Georgia. I've been in Georgia for a while. If you a Georgia fan, you know what a Georgia team is. It's a team that has all the potential in the world to make it and does good the whole season and blows it when it matters. And to me, for what I've seen from St. Kilda, that's what it is, a Georgia team. Colors and all, bro. So for that, I think y'all going to be a good team. I think y'all going to be a solid team, but I don't have any faith. And that's what it is.
If you're a St. Kilda fan, and that bounce, that one season that bounce took the wrong bounce, the ball took the wrong bounce, look at Auburn versus Georgia. Look at that game, and you'll have, I think you'll be able to bond with Georgia fans over that situation right there, man.
Alright, so my number 6, I got the Western Bulldogs. Just like you said, bro. I haven't seen too much from them, but I've heard enough about them. Other people that I've seen on YouTube and what I've seen from, plays and marks and everything on YouTube. The Western Bulldogs is a solid team. I can't say nothing bad about them. I know they legit. They've been going to the finals the last few years. Not the grand finals, like not the finals to Americans, but the finals is the playoffs over there. So, they get to the playoffs or whatever.
Yeah.
So they a solid team, man. I just don't know where they're at. Like I don't know if they're in the rebuild mode. I don't know if they're falling off, but I got them at number 6, bro.
I get the impression that they're not falling off. I don't feel like they were up there yet. I just feel like they kind of been like the Jazz kind of. You feel me? Like they've been good,
Right.
but just haven't been able to be them. You know what I'm saying?
But I wonder if this is like they peak or is this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Yeah. All right, my 6 is the West Coast Eagles, man. I'm gonna stick with them at 6. I'm gonna rock with them at 6 because I know they have like a lot of their good players are a little older, so maybe conditioning might take into effect or the COVID affected season. It's hard to really gauge stuff based off last season because of COVID season, but I know I'm pretty well acquainted with the West Coast team because my guy here is a West Coast fan. So I actually found out more about his team than I found out about my own. So about Josh Kennedy and Nick and Liam Ryan and all the players, and I think they're a pretty good team, man. It's gonna be interesting to see the balance between the older players and the young players coming up. So I have them at 6, just outside the top 5. My top 5, all right. Number 5, I have the St. Kilda Saints at 5, man. The Georgia team. We looked into their history, man. They're a troubled team, man, to say the least. They folded, or they had just situations where it's not in their favor. They seem like a team that performs well in the regular season, in the first 23 games before the finals. It'll just be very interesting to see how they end up stacking up. I seen how they played Carlton, and Carlton's my team, and they beat us by a good 20, 30 points. But at the end of the day, there was injuries that we had, so I'm not really taking that too serious. I don't know any household names that play with St. Kilda, so I guess I do have to do a little bit more research, but I give them enough respect to be the top 5 right now.
For my number 5, I got the Port Adelaide Power. And a lot of people give that team a lot of respect. A lot of people I think I've seen a few YouTubers, Australian YouTubers put them, number 1, top 3 on their list. But for me personally, I ain't seen it. And not saying that they're a bad team. I'm just saying they haven't impressed me like the other teams that I have above them have. So for that, they're there at that number 5 spot, almost purely off what I heard about them, not off what I seen. So getting into the final 4. Top 4, I'm starting off with my boys, the goddamn West Coast Eagles, boy. We in that thing, West Coast, all that art. All right, let me stop. But for real though, I got the West Coast Eagles at number 4. Like I said, that's a team that I'm choosing to support, bro. I seen them niggas knock somebody out one time, and I knew that they was a squad for me, bro. So, like you was saying, I got some real vets on my team. I got Josh Kennedy, Jack Darling, Nick. Damn. But yeah, like I was saying, I got a lot of vets on my team. I got Liam Ryan, young boy, coming up, trying to do his thing. And honestly, I think that's going to be one of my favorite players, Liam Ryan. But yeah, West Coast Eagles, number 4 for me.
4, I'm going to go with Brisbane. We're going to go with the Brisbane Lions, man. They finished 2nd in 2020, so they're just going to fall off just a bit. Fall 2 spots this year in 2021. The reason why I'm going with them, so me and Juwan actually had watched, the Brisbane-Richmond game. So we was watching that, man, and the best player, me and him already know, Lachie Neale. He's the best player, apparently, last year 2020, won the Leigh Matthews, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, and the Brownlow medal. So, obviously has some type of respect, has some skill, is a great player, but me and him watched the game and didn't even know what number he was, didn't know what he looked like. So you got to make your presence more known. So,
but who we did see though was that boy Charlie, bro.
Facts. We did see that boy Charlie Cameron, man.
Charlie turned up. I fucks with Charlie. Like he gives that energy, bro. He
definitely has energy, bro.
For who he reminds you of, bro? He
almost
remind me of like a Westbrook, bro. Cause I feel like he'll take over a game too, bro.
Yeah, I can't really argue that because I don't know much differences yet. So, I guess we just gonna rock with the Westbrook comparison, man.
Yeah, we don't see, bro.
Yeah, so I'll rock with them. I know they had Rayner, got a big injury, ACL injury, so I'm assuming that they're gonna fall off a little bit. I don't know much about the player, Rayner, but I seen his name mentioned enough in that final game against Richmond. So he's got to be some type of key player, significant player. So I think he'll just dropped off a little bit. He finished 2nd last year, and just the injury and. Maybe Lachie Neale doesn't have the year that he had last year, and I'm going to put you at 4. Brisbane. For 3, I'm going to rock with the Geelong Lions. Oh, Geelong Cats, excuse me, damn. Whoo, new boy, look, young boy. I don't know nothing yet. Geelong finished 4th last year, so I have them with a slight improvement with 1, moving up a spot. I don't know really know any key players. I just know that they're one of the most well-rounded teams. We watched the Biggest Hit video, and they were out there not being a victim. They were more so being the predator than the prey. They're just a good, consistent team, man. I think the last couple of years I've seen that they've been up there, and I just have faith. I have faith in them. It's not my team, but they just seem like they'll get it done, man. So I'm holding that number 3.
Alright, so for my number 3, My number 3, I got Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Yeah, the Brisbane Lions at number 3, bro. They just a real entertaining team to watch, bro. They move the ball fast. They get up and down the court. They catch marks, bro. They just, as far as just watching the game, they a fun team to watch. Also, a lot of what I've seen, people are putting in the Brisbane at number 1 on their list. So
Thanks.
off of that, I'm gonna give them that respect too. But they ain't my number 1. I'm gonna give them number 3.
Lucky Neal and Charlie.
Lucky Nell. But yeah, so my number 2, I'm gonna go with the Geelong Cats. From what I've seen, they're in an all win now mode. They got a whole bunch of vets on their team, older players that know how to play the game. They in win now mode. If they don't win now, like, y'all gonna be regretting it for the next few years. Like, this happens in the NBA, I think, shit, often, really, bro. Like, the Nets are doing something similar to it right now, drafting, Kyrie, Durant, Blake Griffin, all them niggas, bro. They doing all that, and I feel like Geelong Cats is doing, or have done something similar in that win now mode. And if they don't win, they're gonna be disappointed. But because of that, I'm putting them at number 2. I think they're gonna be up there trying to get there.
So my number 2, I got the Richmond Tigers at number 2. Reigning champs, right?
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, reigning champions. They finished 3rd in the regular season. So before the finals, they finished 3rd in the first 23 games in 2020. I think they'll improve. They have the Dustin Martin. That dude's a monster, man. Like, even as a new fan, you can just click on the Richmond Tigers, and this is the first player that stands out, man. Like, not off appearance, but off play. Like, dude really is out here, man. And it's not just him; it's the whole team. And I can respect them because Carlton and Richmond have the agreement, a 10-year agreement, man, and trying to improve the game. Well, not improve, but promote the game of Australian football, footy, whatever you want to call it, and just the commitment and the fact that you have recent success and you have a household name and you're really doing your thing, man. And I just gotta rock with you at number 2, man. But hold on, before I even get to number 1, I gotta rock with Richmond. Man, I forgot what I was gonna say, bro. My number 1, man. It might come as a surprise. We're kind of a little different on this aspect, but I got Port Adelaide Power at number 1. They were number 1 in 2020 as well last year. I don't, and we are similar on takes though. I don't have as much knowledge on them and like what players they have, but just the consistency with them being up there. They were number 1 last year, and then yet some of the YouTubers are still having them at number 1 like the next year. And like, if you got them above Richmond's pretty convincing, man. And I'm not a Richmond fan, you feel me? But Richmond's pretty convincing. So if you're out here and you above Richmond and you winning more games than Richmond and you playing the same competition, it's like, damn, your boys might be really about that. And then you smoked the rivalry competition. It's not no blowout rivalry. It's a close rivalry now. A couple games at that. And you smoked them boys by 71. So it's like, granted, that's my team. My team that's supposed to be the worst team in the league. But I don't know. Rivalry games, sometimes folks just play a little harder, bro. So it always holds some weight to me. So I'm going to stick with Port Adelaide Power at number 1, man.
All right, so for my number 1, I respect the game, bro. I respect the champs, bro. I respect them coming back and doing it again. It's Richmond Tigers, number 1. Bro, they made it in. They won in 20. They won in 19. Then they won in 17. We beat West Coast, came in there in 2018. We took them boys out of it. It was us and Collingwood that was in the grand finals. But
Racist that boy.
Yeah, but as far as Richmond goes, seeing their games, I feel like their game is like the blueprint for this sport, bro. Like, what they do, it is incredible. That nigga Dusty, I'm gonna know that name in sports, bro. That's a household name here in my house now, bro.
Nah.
Like, Dusty Martin File, like, they're a squad, bro. If you don't know the game, you just want to watch a game, bro, I would recommend watching any Richmond game. All the games I've seen them play, a good team, a bad team, any team they play, they show out. They're a good team to watch.
They definitely seem like they true to themselves. Like, regardless, they'll play how they want to.
Yeah. But But yeah, that's it. That's our second AFL predictions video because the first one fucked up.
It's going crazy, bro. But hey, I think we actually improved on some of this on the second video, man. Somebody called the Geelong Lions. Somebody called it the Lions, man. But look, like we said, two Americans here, man. New fans, excited to get into the sport, man. Actually looking to actually make it out there to Australia, man. I'm trying to take y'all tickets. I know y'all trying to be out there, but look, hey, if this is what strengthens the sport, hey, y'all gotta let us go out there, man. We gotta be out there.
Yeah, we do want to make it out there, but bro, if you Australian watching this, bro, what's up with y'all bugs?
Oh no, I ain't messing with the bugs.
That's what I want. That's keep
Definitely let us know, man, how racism going down. I don't know about that. I don't know about the bugs. How free your kangaroos are, man. Are them boys just walking around? I think I actually seen some Komodo dragon videos about y'all boys. I ain't messing with none of that. Look, nah. I think America's pretty cool on bugs, but we got some stuff. But relatively speaking, we're okay compared to y'all. Y'all be having spiders.
They be having big ass shit.
They be having them niggas that be.
They be having motherfuckers that just be sitting in the goddamn toilet waiting for you to take a shit.
They got me fucked up. Yeah. Nah, bro. Oh God, I sleep in the stadium, bro. Just tell me whatever y'all Madison Square Garden is, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, but yeah, let us know what's up with that. But yeah, we gonna goddamn end it.
You know what I'm saying?